What's up guys, I'm Shane and this is Spare Change. If you're a movie fan or an audio and video fan and want to keep up with what's new in 4K content or audio and video tech, hit the subscribe button for new weekly videos. In for review, we have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse on 3D Blu-ray. I won't be discussing the movie, I'm just going to share with you my thoughts on the video and the audio quality. Now for a few tech specs. The movie's animated, it's got a 2K DI, it's rated PG, runtime is 117 minutes, aspect ratio is 239:1. So if you're watching this on your television, you will get those black bars. So this is the third time that I've watched this. iTunes 4K, Blu-ray 4K, and now 3D Blu-ray. Of all three of those, this one looks the most different. Because it's 3D. And for a 3D movie, I thought the 3D effect was minimal for about 85% of the runtime. I thought there wasn't a great deal of separation between layers. I'm thinking maybe because of the animation style, which was already kind of blurry to begin with, it really limited the 3D dimension. That three-dimensional separation just wasn't all that convincing. Now, of course, there are some cool chapters, notably the final battle in Chapter 15. There's tons of things flying through each scene, like trains and cars, and various different colorful particles that kind of pop out of the screen. The forest chase in Chapter 9 was another standout. Because this scene was in 3D, having the trees move by rapidly towards the screen really enhances the speed at which the Spider-Men are swinging through the air. There's some cool pop-outs with snow floating in your face in Chapter 6's cemetery scene, followed up by that excellent chase through the streets of New York. Sharpness and detail wasn't as good as the 4K versions, but I didn't think there was a drastic difference between the two. Of course, the 4K Blu-ray does have HDR, and that's what I think really separates the two versions. Colors are just a lot more vibrant and punchy on the 4K disc with better black levels. Black levels were decent on 3D, but I found more enhanced contrast on the 4K versions.
Officer, I love you.
Audio was in DTS HD 5.1, so there is no Dolby Atmos on this 3D Blu-ray. I don't want to spend too much time on the audio because the Atmos version is just that much better. But there is some decent front-to-back movement and distinct placement of effects like voices coming from individual channels. Bass response was heavy like the Atmos mix, so at least we get to keep some of that. Dialogue was clear with no issues. So for audio, I'm going to go with 7. It's a good 5.1 mix and services the movie just fine. If you've heard the Atmos mix on the 4K Blu-ray, there's just no comparison. For video, I'm going to go with 7.2. I thought this was just a little better than average because of those cool scenes that I mentioned, but I think the already blurry animation style is what keeps the three-dimensional pop from really taking off. Colors were still good, and so was the detail. Just wasn't feeling all that impressed with the 3D effect in this. So which one should you pick up, 3D or 4K? Well, if you haven't already got it, I think the 4K version is the best way to watch this. Except for a small handful of scenes in 3D, 4K just seems like the better overall visual experience. Now, if you guys are interested in grabbing this disc, I'll leave some links down below in the description. Leave us a comment down below, let us know what you thought about the 3D Blu-ray. Follow us on social media, and if you want to support the channel and get exclusive content and giveaways, then stop by our Patreon page. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys again in the next one.